Hi everyone, this is Chelsea from Senior Care Media, just doing a quick video of 4 tips to help your website be the best user experience for someone within the older generation. So it is a little bit different and you need to take into account their needs and how they are online and what is important to them in order for them to contact you online. So we came up with 4 tips. The first one is the interface. So really just making sure that your website as a whole is clear. You don't want to make them feel left out. You don't want them to feel like they've gone to, a really fancy website and it's clear that it was made for someone who's younger. They weren't raised with computers and a lot of technology. So keep this in mind when you're building your website. You also want to make it as clear as possible how you can get them or how they can reach out to you. So if you want them to give you a call, make sure that that phone number is clearly there and make sure that it says under the phone number, it answers what it is that they're actually looking for. So they know when they contact you, they're getting what they're looking for. If that means call for free pricing, or if that means call to speak with a care coordinator, call to speak with a nurse, whatever it may be, that needs to be as clear as day. So that is our first tip. Tip number 2 is about fonts and elements. So making sure that your font size is big enough. If someone is on mobile, they need to be able to read it. It needs to be clear. If it's too small, they won't take. There's a lot of other competitors who are happy to take them away. So make sure your font size is big enough. And elements means essentially if, for example, on mobile, you have a navigation part of your website where it can go to other pages. Make sure that that element, if it's something that they need to click on in order to open a drop down of the pages, make sure that element is big enough so they see it and they know that they can click there and go to different parts of your website. So that's really, really important. That's tip number 2. Okay, tip number 3 is very SEO focused. One thing that you need to have on your website is a lot of content, and it needs to be keyword heavy, and the keywords need to make sense to the audience. So for example, if there's a lot of keyword volume for how to help my mom with dementia, or how to help aggression with dementia, or whatever, you definitely need to be writing content on this topic. It helps you with the search engine results. Google ranks you higher. It's free leads that come in with SEO. So that's really, really important. With that though, you need to make sure that the content is written by someone of an older generation as well. So someone who is a peer. They don't like to feel like they're reading content that was written by someone straight out of school. That just doesn't speak to them as much as it would someone who is of their peer. So make sure that you have that sorted if you can. And there's a lot of people who are happy to write content, who love writing. So definitely try and look for that if it's not someone already within the business. And then the last tip is really just to keep it simple. So if it's hard to submit a form on your website because the phone number needs to have dashes in between, that could be difficult. Or if someone decides to put dashes in between their phone number because that's how they see their phone number and it gives an error message, just don't make it difficult for anyone to submit a form, for example. If error messages come up and the error messages are difficult to understand, if it's, error 1478, contact support, anything like that, that will immediately have someone leave the website. Really anyone would leave the website because you have a very short attention span that you need to satisfy when they come to the website. And you need to think about as if you're speaking to a 5th grader, essentially. So it needs to be very clear what it is that you offer, how you're going to help them, how you are solving their pain points. And for the older generation, it is a little bit different than for anyone else. So those are our 4 tips. I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions, go to seniorcaremedia.com, contact us, and we are happy to help you.